Good morning, muffins. It's Cherie. I'm here with a delightful collab that was started by Kelly from Freedom in a Budget to list our top 5 must-have things to be successful on Weight Watchers. I love this idea because you can watch a whole bunch of videos and see a whole bunch of different suggestions that kind of help different people get through their journey and also can help you get through yours. Disclaimer, I am a breastfeeding mom, so I get way more points than the average bear, and I'm also dairy free, so some of my items might not be your cup of tea, but if you are dairy free and or breastfeeding, they could really help you out. And these are kind of my survivals, must have every week. Gotta have it. So first we gotta start with coffee creamer because, you know, mamas need coffee every morning. And going dairy free was really tough because I had a very set way of having my coffee, but I have found some solutions. And the first one is this Silk Vanilla creamer. Their seasonal flavors are delicious too, and I actually have their caramel in my fridge to try. But it is 1 smart point for a tablespoon, and they're really creamy and they're already pre-sweetened, so I don't have to add extra sugar. So I can have a 4-point coffee in the morning with up to 4 tablespoons of creamer. Super creamy, I don't miss it. It's sweet enough, delightful. And then my second must-have for coffee are nut pods. Again, I like their seasonal flavors a little bit more than just their plain or their vanilla. But this guys, you can have I think 6 tablespoons for 1 point. So you can put a lot of creamer. If you are a creamer lover, get this, because you can put a whole bunch in there for very little points, and then you can, this is not pre-sweetened though, so you do have to add sugar, but for the same amount of points, I can get an extra creamy, extra delicious coffee, but with real sugar. You can also use this in baking, so this is a good substitute if you're dairy free for baking and you want low points. So this is a good thing to have just around the house in general, even if you're not dairy free, because you can make pancakes with it, add it to all of your delightful bakery goods. Low points, delicious. The next thing that I must have is a ranch dressing, and when I was on Weight Watchers and not dairy free, I would often mix light sour cream with just ranch powder dip to get a low point option. This is higher points, but it's dairy free, and it's frickin' delicious, but it's just ranch. I don't know why it's called just ranch, because it's obviously something more, because it doesn't have dairy in it, but it tastes like, I can't tell the difference at this point. I think the first time I had it, I was kind of like, oh, there's a little bit of something that's not quite ranch, but now I can't tell the difference. I go through a bottle of this a week. It is high point. It is 5 smart points for 2 tablespoons, but this is a must-have for me because I eat a lot of salad. I love to dip it in veggies, chicken tenders. Y'all, I'm from Georgia. Like, your girl gotta have some ranch. So this is getting me through. So high points, but so worth it. And I had to have some sort of dessert option because dessert. And I found this at Aldi. This is brownie batter hummus. So this is dairy free. I think it's vegan as well. Yeah, it's vegan, gluten free, dairy free. I saved this because I ate the whole thing. But it tastes like straight up like fudge. Like, it's so good. I gave it to my mom, who's a very picky eater, and she had no idea that this was made out of beans. I put this on a rice cake. It is 4 smart points for 2 tablespoons, so again, kind of high, but I just put 1 tablespoon on a rice cake, and you've got like a 3 to 4 point after dinner treat that gets that sweet craving. It's beans, so it's like technically healthy, and it's delicious. And also at Aldi, it's super cheap. I think these are like $2.50. So this has become a staple in my house. Must have. This is, again, this is probably not for everyone, but I have to get healthy fats in while breastfeeding, and who doesn't love an avocado? So I eat an avocado a day. It is 4 smart points for 4 ounces, or 2 smart points for 2 ounces, but I usually eat a whole avocado. You know, come at me, Weight Watchers, but I don't weigh my avocados as long as they're a medium size, because if you take the middle piece out, the seed, and then you weigh it out, they're around 4 ounces for a whole one anyway, so I'm not going to get ticky-tacky about it. I got a newborn, I got time to be weighing stuff, so I eat an avocado a day. I either have it at breakfast, have it on a salad. Avocados are my life. Another must-have, when I was not dairy-free, I really loved the Premier Proteins and the 100-calorie muscle milks, because they were 2 smart points for the Premier Protein and 1 smart point for the light muscle milks, and I would mix them in my coffee or throw them in my bag and have a protein shake on the go. But when I went dairy free, I was really stressed out because that was like my go-to on the go-ness, and I didn't have that. And I love to go to Starbucks and get a double shot of espresso and then mix in a protein drink and add cinnamon and nutmeg. So I was on the hunt for a dairy free option, and I found one. So these are called Evolve shakes. They're plant-based protein. They have 20 grams of protein, 10 grams of fiber. They're vegan, no artificial flavors, and they're non-GMO. They are dairy, soy, and gluten-free, and they're freaking delicious. My favorite one is the toasted almond flavor. They have a chocolate and a vanilla as well. Those are okay. I'm not a huge fan of the chocolate one, and the vanilla's, you know, drinkable, but I love the almond. This one is so good in a coffee. So go get a Doppio, pour this in. It is 3 smart points in comparison to the 2 or the 1, but I am willing to sacrifice an extra point for some dairy-free options on the go. I also drank these early on when I was late night breastfeeding and I needed a snack in the middle of the night. I would just drink an Evolve shake. Super good, super yummy. You have to buy them on Amazon, I believe, but worth it. So good, I just bought a case. And my last food item is something that if you've been with me on this channel since the beginning, your girl has been eating these her whole journey, and that's because they're just so diverse and they give so much deliciousness, but they're crispy onions. I love these things. Traditionally you put them on like a, you know, a casserole, but I love them in salad. I love to make like chicken tenders with them. They're pretty low point. They're 40 calories for 1.5 tablespoons, and I believe you can have up to 6 tablespoons for 3 smart points, which is a lot of onions. So I eat these, I eat at least a bag a week, maybe 2, but I eat them every day. I put them on salad, I mix them into wraps, I put them, you know, like I said, you can make like a breading with them. They're dairy free, so I can eat them. I don't think they're gluten free though. I think they're made with wheat. But so good. And I'm not sure if all crispy onions are the same, but this is the brand that I prefer. But you can, you know, get ones that you prefer. But yeah, so like these are survival. I used to put these in soup. I love them. I'm 90% crunchy onion, I'm pretty sure. And the last thing that I have to have in this journey, my little bonus thing that if without it I would not be at all successful, is this community. Weight Watchers, especially like online, Instagram, YouTube, this whole community is so supportive and so positive, and everyone is really there for you and they really want you to succeed. I've never been involved in an online social media group that is that positive, and I mean, you're gonna get negatives, but for the most part, I mean, like it's game changing. If I didn't have you guys, if I didn't have the girls that are out here making videos, if I didn't have all the lovely ladies on Instagram, like I feel like I would have talked myself out of this a long time ago, and I probably wouldn't have gotten into it, and I wouldn't have lost, you know, the 45 pounds that I lost before I got pregnant. That's why I came back to Weight Watchers after baby, because I just knew that it works. I knew that I would have a support system, and I knew that I would have you know, people rooting for me and backing me up in this journey to get back to pre-baby. So above all the food, that's going to be different for everyone, but this community is like game changing. So those are all of my must-haves for Weight Watchers success, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what are some of your must-haves, especially if they're dairy-free, because I'm always on the hunt. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Keep hitting them goals.